Hi, and thanks for joining me this evening. My name is Zach Thomas, and I manage the commercial fishing buyback license programs, one of which is the Oyster buyback program, which I'll be speaking with you about tonight. Tonight during the webinar, I'll give a brief summary of the Oyster buyback program and an overview of this buyback round. Since the beginning of the program, the department has held 8 rounds since July of 2018, has received 78 bids received over all rounds. We've purchased 3 licenses to date for an average price of $7,150. And this particular round, round 9, opened in March of 2025. For this current buyback round, license holders were notified via mail on March 14th, 2025. This round, unlike others, is offering a fixed rate bid of $30,000 per oyster license. This is a limited time offer with a goal of purchasing a total of 150 licenses. If the targeted goal of 150 licenses is not reached, then TPWD reserves the right to not accept any bids for this application period. This buyback period will close on May 31st, 2025, and bids will not be accepted if not postmarked by that date. TPWD will then notify participating applicants at the end of the application period via mail on where and when to sign their buyback contract and turn in their license and boat display plates. In regards to a timeline for this round, as I've mentioned before, applications were mailed out on March 14th. This month, we will be giving 2 information workshops, and I'll speak on that a little bit later in the presentation. On May 31st, the application period ends. In early June, we will be sending out letters to participants, to participating applicants. And then around mid to late June, we will sign contracts. Applicants will sign contracts and turn in their boat display plates. And then hopefully around mid to late July, buyback payments will be sent out. Now we'll walk through on how to complete the Oyster license buyback application. As you can see, part 1 asks for the applicant's information. So you would enter your name, phone number, mailing address, city, county, state, and zip. Part 2 asks for the applicant's boat information. One point I do want to make is that the license number refers to the document number or the doc number listed on the Oyster boat license. The last part of the application is where you check the box if you accept the bid offer of $30,000. We also ask that you please submit a copy of your Oyster boat license and boat documentation with the application. Now I'm going to walk through on how to complete the Texas Identification Number form. This form is required for anyone to receive a payment from a state agency. On item 1, where it asks if this is a new account, please select yes. On item 2, please select Social Security number and enter your Social Security number. And then on item 3, where it asks, are you reporting any Texas tax to the comptroller, select no. And then if yes, then enter your taxpayer number. On item 4, please enter your complete name. Names of individuals must be entered first name first, middle initial if applicable, last name if applicable, suffix if applicable. Items 5 through 8, please enter your mailing address, and this is where the payment is to be received. On item 9, please enter the city, state, and zip code of your mailing address. And finally, on item 10, please enter your telephone number. On item 11, please check the box next to the appropriate ownership code. Enter additional information requested by the selected code. Check only one box in this section. Most applicants will check the box individual recipient, not owning a business. On item 12, please select no unless you are assigning payments to a third party. On item 13, please leave this blank. Item 14, sign the application and enter the date signed. And then item 15, please leave blank. As I mentioned earlier, when we spoke about the timeline, we will be offering 2 in-person information workshops, which will cover exactly what you see in this webinar. There will be one on April 22nd at 6:30 at the Bauer exhibit building in Port Lavaca, and one on April 30th at 6:30 p.m. at the Nessler Center in the Captain's Room in Texas City, Texas. That concludes today's webinar. Thanks for joining and have a great evening.